what's up there, guys? It's your boy Kenny P coming back again. That belt run sucked. It was not accomplished at all. Yeah, I spent about 30 minutes in there trying to find the right belt. I couldn't find the right belt, so then I went to get help. And it wasn't 30 minutes, it was 30 minutes in total, but yeah. I went to get help. She came over, looked, couldn't find the belt, looked in the computer, and just was like, you're better off ordering the belt because we could order it for you, but it's like $40 here, and you can order it on Amazon for about 15. I was like, you're right. I was just, thinking Lowe's had it right now, so that's why I was going right now. But they don't, so I'm gonna have to hold off on that one, and hopefully I don't have any yards to cut here coming up, because I won't be cutting them, because I am not pushing nobody's yard in this Carolina heat. It is something serious. But I want to go a little bit into, why I chose to make this page of mine. And, initially, again, it was for the whole venting, motivational speeches, kind of saying just, like telling y'all about my story, about my past, about my children. I think I told you in another video, I have two beautiful youngins. One of them you've seen already, 14-year-old. Her name is Naya, and my youngest is 5 years old, just turned 5. She here on June 17th. Heck yeah, just turned 5. Again, her mom passed away a couple days after birth. My oldest, she lives in South Beach with her mom. She's actually here visiting. Said that earlier too, but yeah, my oldest stays in South Beach, and I do my youngest 24/7 all the time, which has been like super fun adventure. You know what I mean? The whole way has been, it's been a lot of ups and downs, and all that good talk that I can't wait to talk about. But at the same time, after looking back through all this, it's just been amazing, y'all. It's been amazing, and I shocked myself. But my youngest daughter's mom passed away a couple days after birth due to a heart failure. It was 3 days after. We actually got checked out of the hospital. Jackson was born in Fort Smith, Arkansas, and that's like a whole nother conversation that I can't wait to tell y'all about as well. How I got to Fort Smith, because we was only in Fort Smith for 2 months when this happened. Are you gonna go, car? Truck? F-150? I don't want to hit my fellow F-150. Damn, come on now. But yeah, we was only there for 2 months when, after giving birth to baby Jackson, and 3 days later, we checked out of the hospital, went home and enjoyed our evening pretty much. And yeah, everything didn't get kind of crazy till like the end of the night. Pretty much we was in bed, sleep. After a great dinner I had fixed her. Oh my God, this house got burnt up the other day ago, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it was burnt up the other day ago. It is so crazy because it's my coworker. I forgot her name. I think her name is Miss Tasha. She was at work when it happened. Crazy situation. That's another story too, for another time. But yeah, so like it was pretty much everything started around 12:30 at night when Jackson's mom, Stephanie, her name is Stephanie, she woke up in the middle of the night saying that she was in a little bit of pain. She had stitches from not a C-section, but she has stitches from the vaginal area from it tearing a little bit, ripping during having Jackson. So earlier that day when we had got home from the hospital, she had also had these same pains. So if I'm not mistaken, she had went and took a cold shower. She just went in the shower and just ran cold water over her, and she said it's soothing her, and made her feel better. So at around 12:30 at night, when that happened, that's what she said she was going to do. She said that she was and keep in mind she had a very, very high pain tolerance. Very, very high pain tolerance, and oh my God, that's a whole nother conversation that I'm so stoked to tell y'all about as well. But she had a very high pain tolerance, so yeah, she just got up, and mind you, this is the night of, we got checked out early that day, at 4 o'clock that evening, and this was that night. So yeah, she got up, was like, babe, I'm feeling not feeling good. My stomach, I'm hurting. She said, I'm gonna go hop in the shower. She gets up, walks out of the bed, walk into the bathroom, and literally, when she walks in the bathroom, I hear a thump. So I'm like, what the ham and cheese? I hop up, I run into the bathroom. So as I walk into the bathroom, she's already up on both feet, almost to the point where I didn't even see her standing up. I just heard it, and me just putting two and two together, I can tell that she was like making her way up, and she was about 5'10". So cool. So I asked her if she was okay. I was like, babe, you're okay? She was like, yeah. And she still didn't tell me what happened. And I, at the time, didn't even ask. I just asked, was she okay? And she said, yeah. And so she got undressed, you know what I mean? I think I took her shirt and hung it up on the little hook in the bathroom. And so, literally, as I was walking out of the bathroom and about to close the door, and she was getting into the shower, I seen her pass out, literally. So she passes out. I run into the dang on bath and shower, you know what I mean? And so, I run in the shower, and I pick her up, and I got her up in the air. And so she was saying she was good. She said she was okay. So I was like, all right, cool, you know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? Literally, and I got her up, and she got up. Well, really, I didn't even get her up. She kind of got up on her own. She got up on her own with me there to assist her. And then, that was it. And so I was like, all right, cool. So, bam, I go to close the shower curtain. As soon as I close the shower curtain, she passes out again. And this time, she almost hit her head on the sprocket that sticks out. Like, her back was laying where your feet is when you're in the shower, and her head was like, the sprocket was right here, and her head was right there. The most scary, I think, out of the whole couple, what felt like 5 minutes, but at the time, a whole 2-3 minutes of that stuff happening, I'm almost sure that's when I realized, like, yo, this is real. Like, something's going on. So again, the shower was still running, you know what I mean? So, I kind of panicked at the time. So the only thing I can possibly think to do was just turn the shower off and pick her up, and put her back toward the other half of the shower where it's supposed to be if you're taking a shower. And so, taking a bath, I'm sorry. And so I picked her up, I gathered her up, you know what I mean? Got her back toward there, and she was in my arms. And at this time, I think by this time I had turned the water back on because she had wanted the water on. And so, by this time, that's when she had told me, she said, babe, there's something wrong. We need to call the police. And so, like, it's crazy because my oldest girl, again, I told you, she's here. She was there visiting for the summer. So, like, I got so much flowing through my brain right now. Now, looking back at the situation, I just had so much going through my head right now. And I think I was more scared than anything because that was my first time ever being put in a situation like this. And so, she said I needed to call the cops. I didn't have my phone, ambulance. I didn't have my phone with me. My phone was in the bedroom. Again, we're in the shower of my bedroom. And I'm holding her, and at this time, I had the water nozzle, because we had the water nozzle that comes down off the shower head, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I had it, and I got this cold water, and I'm running it over, right? And she's just like, oh, it feels so good, babe. Like, don't stop. Yeah, it feels so good. Like, I can tell, like, she was just, like, in heaven, like, just chilling right there, you know what I mean? Like, she loved that moment, you know what I mean? So I'll never forget it. I'll say, babe, we can't sit here too long. You know what I mean? I said, babe, we gotta bust a move, babe. Like, we gotta call somebody. I gotta wake Naya up. All of this stuff, you know what I mean? So, so she was like, okay. She held the water sprocket up to her chest. I had the towel over her, the wet towel over her, and she just had the water sprocket on her chest laying back. And so, yeah, I was just like, babe, I'm about to go do this. I'm about to go get Jax, or Anaya. I was like, you good? She was like, yeah, I'm good. So I run out the bathroom. I'm down there yelling at the top of my lungs, Naya, wake up. Wake up. Naya jumps up. I runs to the kitchen. I don't know why I run to the kitchen, but I never forget I ran to the kitchen for some reason. I ran back to the back room. I made sure my oldest girl was up. At this time, my oldest girl was in there with Stephanie, trying to gather her up and all this type of good stuff in the third. And so by this time, I found that's what I think I was looking for. I was looking for my phone, but the whole time my phone was on the bed. I don't know why I ran to the kitchen, but the kitchen was the first place I ran to, and the whole time my phone's on the bed. So yeah, my phone's on the bed, found my phone, called an ambulance, felt like an hour, but the ambulance is there. It was like, Fort Smith, Arkansas is a very, very small city. If anybody that knows about Fort Smith, Arkansas, is very, very small. And so the ambulance is there in like no time, you know what I mean? So literally, y'all, at this time, we got Steph up. Matter of fact, no, we didn't, because we laid there until the ambulance got there. I'm sorry. We laid there till the ambulance got there, because I wasn't for sure what to do, whoop-de-whoop, all that good stuff. So I was like, oh, we gonna stay right here till the ambulance come. Then, we gonna move. Finally, the ambulance got there, and matter of fact, we did, before the ambulance did get there, I did dress her. I put shorts on her, and I put a shirt on her. I did do that. And so, yeah, I dressed her. So when the ambulance got there, they was asking her if she could walk on her own. Yo, she can hear me speaking right now. This girl got up, walked to the stretcher. The way my hallway was, it was so narrow that you really couldn't get the stretcher into the bedroom without like putting holes in walls and stuff like that. So the ambulance had left the stretcher in the middle of my hallway. Steph got up. She asked for her glasses and she asked for her cell phone. She walked to the stretcher. While walking to the stretcher, she laid down on the stretcher, gave her stuff. They walked out. The ambulance, at this time, they walked Steph out in the ambulance or on the stretcher or whatnot. So she's very coherent. She's speaking, everything. She don't know what happened, but she's speaking, talking. So by this time, I'm gathering up, because keep in mind, we've had Jackson already. Jackson was Jackson was in the bed, sleep, the whole time. When Steph got up, she left Steph. When Steph got up to get a cold bath, shower, Jackson and I was in bed the whole time. So when I got up, not only was I having to worry about Jackson and I think and Stephanie, I had to worry about at the time the 11-year-old too at the time, So it was just so much going through my mind at the time. But yeah, so it seemed like the ambulance took forever to leave. Like I had to literally had Jax bundled up already. Naya, my oldest girl, was dressed, and we was ready to go to the hospital already. And the dang on ambulance was still sitting out in the front yard. So finally they left, and we dang near greeted them. We damn near, escorted them to the dang on hospital. Like that's how far we was on their butt. But they told us that we could leave before them if we wanted to. But me being me, I'm not really a big fan of hospitals, so I didn't leave before them. I was gonna wait and just wait for them to get there. And then I was not thinking it to be nothing of this serious, of this nature. You know what I mean? So they leave. A couple minutes later, I leave. Get to the hospital. I didn't want to take the girls in there. I had a fresh newborn that was 3-4 days old. I didn't want to take her inside of that hospital because just so much sicknesses and all that stuff is around there. So I was like, no, we're not going in there. So the girls stayed in the car. I left the AC on, left the vehicle on. Again, my oldest was 11 at the time, so I was like, yo, you can sit in here for a couple minutes while I go in here and let Steph know what's going on and the hospital know what's going on. We not staying here. We're going home. Get in there. Told them who I was here to get or see, this and that and the third. The guy has said, I think you should come inside. I think you should go out and get the girls and come inside. And I was like, I really don't want to. I got a newborn. He was like, I understand that. You know what I mean? He said, I can't go deep into detail, but he said it's not looking too good, and I think you should come inside. So I was like, wow. Okay. And it still I was not reciprocating, digesting. I was not doing none of this at the moment in time. Ran outside, got the girls, went in there, sat in the waiting room. We sat in there and waited for a couple minutes, and then I want to say the doctor, he had came out and he had told me that her heart has, at the time, he said her heart has came back twice. And no, I want to say that time, because he came back twice. The first time he came, the big doctor came. First time the big doctor came, he said that her heart's came back one time and it's failed. Do you want us to keep working on her? And I was like, yes. So cool. They went back in there. Within minutes later, they said the heart has came back again, but it has failed. They said if they worked on her anymore and they brought her back to life, she would probably, her brain would be like a vegetable. Like, she would be like, what, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I just got a messenger. I actually was speaking out a messenger of the voice message that I just got. Messenger that I was just getting from Facebook Messenger. I apologize about that. But, yeah, her vegetable. So, anybody that knows Stephanie, she was a straight A student all through life. She had a scholarship through Charleston Southern. She was from Chicago in the Indiana area, and she got a full ride scholarship to Charleston Southern. You know what I mean? So it was just like, initially, like, that was like, it's huge. You know, I mean, she was very, very smart. Like, when I first met her, I downloaded a dictionary on my phone just because she was always saying words that I did not understand. I could grasp them because of how she said them and how she used them in a sentence, but I wasn't like exactly for sure what the word meant. So I downloaded the dictionary on my phone. So with that being said, I was just like, no. And so he said, did you want to come back there and say any other words? And I was like, first I said no to that too. And I was just like, you know something, I need to go back there. Because like, I go back there, she may hear my voice and just like the movies do it or something, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, let me go back there. So I was like, nah, doc, I'll come back there. So yeah, I went back there, and when I went back there, it was already heaven, to be honest with you. The bright lights, honestly, when people say you see the bright lights or whatever, that's the first thing I saw when I walked into this room, was these big bright lights. It was like 4, 2 on each side, if I'm not mistaken. And it was like, you know, off. Like, it was crazy how they was set up. So I walk in and I see these lights and I see like 6, 7 to 8 doctors. I want to say 6 to 8 doctors because it was in pairs. There was 2 on each side. There was 2 right at the head, like on the side of the head, and the shoulder, like chest, stomach, like feet, thigh, knee, feet. Like, there was rows of people. And the first thing I noticed was, after all of that, it was just like how them people, like, I seen the sweat coming off these people, working, trying to get this girl back alive. I seen that within seconds. I seen all of this within seconds of me walking into this room. Like, it's crazy how, like, some of the movies that you see, just like you see these like superhero guys, they go in and they just notice everything, like, you know what I mean? They notice like every detail within like milliseconds, and that's almost how it was for me when I walked into that dang on room. I just noticed everything within seconds. And so I walked in and I got on one knee and I grabbed that cold hand of hers and I just talked to her. And I just asked her, you know, and I just told her, like, babe, I know this is, you know, I know you can fight this. And that's the one down there that I'm trying to wait to show y'all. Because she's such an angel, you know what I mean? She's such a great little kid, man. And she's her mom all wrapped in one. It's amazing. But yeah, like, I talked to her and I just pretty much like, Steph, like, I know that you got this, you know what I mean? Like, I know that you're going to overcome this. You've been through so much in life as far as surgeries, you know, she's been injured. She plays sports heavily, so she's been injured a time or two. She's a black belt in Taekwondo, and that's a whole nother video I can't wait to tell y'all about. You know what I mean? But she was a black belt in Taekwondo, so she's done broke people things, and she done got broken off a few times. So it's just like, I know this right here is nothing for you, babe. Like, you got this. I said what I had to say. I got up and walked away. Oh, hold on. Park over there. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. This lady was about to park on my grass, and my grass is green. Dang, I'm so sorry. But that's how you know this video is so live, and it's real. And like everything that y'all getting from me out of these videos that I'm gonna post is gonna be real, y'all. But yeah, I walked out of that room, man, and in like 15, 20 minutes, not even that long, I'm sorry, not even that, a couple minutes later, they came back and said they wasn't even able to bring her back alive. So after that, you know, it was a bunch of cries and a bunch of tears. I was on the phone with her family already. You know what I mean? Her sister was the first person I called, and from there, her mom called me, and yeah, it was crazy. You know, it was crazy. It was a crazy moment. You know, it was a crazy moment, and I gotta go because I got the little 5-year-old that I can't wait to show y'all. I'm about to show y'all here in a few minutes. Not in a few minutes, but shortly today, I'm going to show y'all this beauty of mine. And I have 2 kids, but like, and I love both of them the same equally, but you know, it's just something about her story, Jackson's story, you know, it's something about Jackson's story. And there's much more to this to tell. That's not even, I still have the rest of that day to tell y'all about. I still have the rest of that day to tell y'all about. And like, again, I'm so stoked about telling y'all about that day, as much as it's not going to hurt me, because I'm at the point now where I'm able to talk about it now, because it's been so long. It's been 5 years. So I'm able to talk about it. I'm able to talk to you all about it. You know what I mean? And any type of questions that y'all want to ask me, please ask me. I'm more than welcome to answer them. Anything. But I'm going to end this video right now because I got a 4-year-old's birthday party to go to that actually, that's going to be the next thing y'all see. That's going to be the next thing y'all see. Y'all about to see the 4-year-old's birthday party next. My homie. And then we're going to get back to that video about the topic on the rest of us coming home and social service and this whole just beautiful topic that I can't wait to share to y'all. Love y'all. Have a great day. Next video y'all see, it's going to be us. I thank Chuck E. Cheese for the birthday party. Hey, see you later.